this assignment, you will be making a Tech Now using PowerPoint. So let's open PowerPoint. Slide your cursor down to Start. Now, I've been using PowerPoint, and I have it here in my Ready to Use menu. If you don't, you'll need to go to All Programs, move up to Microsoft Office, and from the alphabetized list, find Microsoft Office PowerPoint, and click on that. Now when it opens, you'll see you have a blank slide. Well, almost blank. There's these text boxes that we don't need. To get rid of them, move up to this palette that says Layout, and click on that. Find the blank slide, and when you click on that, you'll see it is truly a blank slide. Now, to make a Tech Now, you're going to need to divide this paper into 4 equal sections. So, where's the middle? To help you with that, start by clicking the right button and find Grid and Guides. When you click on that, it'll bring you up to this window here. Guide settings is what we want. Display drawing guides on screen, and click on that. And we'll just hit OK. Now our slide is broken up into 4 equal spots. To get better and more accurate boxes when we're doing our Tech Nows, we're going to want some sort of grid line so we have something to line up with. So for that, we're going to come here to the menu and click on View. From here, you'll find another Grid Lines under Show and Hide, and I'll click on that. Now it gives us this grid on our slide. That should help us line things up fairly nicely. 2 things that we're going to put on here first is the title to this Tech Now and the school-wide heading. I like to divide those up using rectangles. To insert a rectangle, just go up to Menu, Insert, and find Shapes. Click on Shapes and find the rectangle shape right there. For this rectangle shape, I'm going to start at the corner and drag the rectangle so it covers up half of this first section. That's about 2.5 inches, and I'll let go of the button. Now, I'm not crazy about this blue color, and besides, if I print this, I only have a black and white printer, so I'm going to change that. I'm going to right-click twice, and I get all these choices, and the choice I want is the paint bucket. Now if I click on this paint bucket, it's going to turn it red, like so. I think I'm going to make this more of a gray color. So right next to that is a triangle. Click on the triangle and find a nice light shade of gray. There we go. Inside that rectangle, I want the title for Tech Now. So use your keyboard and type in Tech Now. When I print this, I don't think that white is going to show up so well. So I'll select the text, right-click, and change that to a black color. And since it is a title, I do want this to really stand out. So maybe 36 size font would work. Yeah, that seems about right. I can also turn it bold. Yeah, that'll do just fine. Now, some of you may want to get a little bit fancier and try some word art. We've got that right here, but that's to make a brand new word art. Instead, I'm going to come up here to Format, click on that, and here I have word art styles. I have a lot to choose from, but again, I must remember that I'm only printing in black and white. So I'm going to choose something that's going to show up better in black and white. That looks fine. Now for the school-wide heading. For the school-wide heading, I'll need another rectangle, so I'll come up to Insert, Shapes, and the rectangle again. For the other half of the section. I'll fill that in with another rectangle. Once again, I don't want to keep that in color. Now I showed you using the right button to change the color. But if you wanted to change it using the menu and the palettes, then come up here to Format, find Shape Fill, click on the rectangle, and I'm going to make this one white. I'll click on white. Same effect, different route. Now the text box, I want to make sure that the text is actually black. So I'll come over here to Text Fill, and I will select black. Okay, the things you need for the school-wide heading is the name, the class, and a spot to put the date. All right. Now this whole thing is centered, and we want it to be on the left side so we can have more room to put our names. So click on the box, right-click, come over here to Home, and you'll find the justifications for the words. We could have a right justification, center, but we want left, like there. Now we have a little bit more room for writing, but I don't think these words need to be quite so big. So I'll come up here to 18 size font, and bring that down to, let's make it 14. All right. Now I'll come back inside this text box, and I will change a few things by adding in a colon. And I need an underline. So what I'll do is I'll hit the Shift button, and the line that's next to the 0 and beside the plus sign, and start pressing until I get all the way over to the end. There we go. Technology, there's several classes of technology, so I want to know which period it is. So I'll put in a couple lines for the period that the student has technology. And there's the date. Oh, I forgot the colon. Let me put those in. Colon and colon. There we go. Now we have the title and the school-wide heading. What you're going to need to do next is look on the internet and find yourself a riddle, puzzles, whatever for your Tech Now to share with the class. I've already got one in mind, so I'll use that one. Now to put it in, if it's a sentence or a question, we're going to need to put in a text box. So I'm going to come over here once again to Insert. I'm going to slide over to Text Box and click on that. And I will click and drag that text box all the way over to the other side of the section. There's my question. And I may try to center it. I can click on center here and then move this around until it's where I'm pretty happy. That looks like it's a good position. We need to now give the reader a place to put their answer down. So we'll need a few lines. One place you can go is to Insert, but from Home, you should be able to find a line right here under the Drawing palette. I'll click, drag that line across, like so. Now I could draw more lines on there, but I want to make sure all the lines are the same size. So I'm going to right-click on this line twice, and I'm going to go down to Copy, and now I'll click anywhere around here, right-click, and paste. Take that line and line it up with the other one. Give enough space so the writer can write, and that looks about right. Now I'll make another one, and I'll repeat that process. And one more. There. Now what I want to do next is copy this same riddle 3 more times. I'm going to come over here and drag from that corner to the top corner. That selects everything here. And I want to group all those things together. So I'll come up here to Format, group them together under Group, and now it will all move in one unit. I'll click on the right button. I will copy this whole thing and paste. There, I've got a copy of it. I'm going to drag that over to here. I'm going to do this 2 more times. Oops. I will undo that. And put it in place. There. I'm done with one tech slide. Now you need to make 4 new puzzles in addition to the one that you just made. To make a new slide, go to Home, click on New Slide, and you have a new slide. Now here you would have to rebuild everything all over again. I suggest an easier route. Instead, I'll hit backspace to remove that slide. And from this slide, I'm going to right click, I'm going to come down to Duplicate Slide. And what it does is it makes an exact copy of the other one. I'll click on this one. But now all I need to do is change this question to something else. And then I would change all the others as well. Make 5 puzzles all together and submit those to your teacher when you are done.